Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And I know it's been a while, and I've said this for almost like two of my videos following each other, but it's because something I'm going to talk about in this video. So today I wanted to talk about self-motivation, because I think this is something I've actually needed for the past few weeks or so, because I'm the kind of person who likes doing things when I'm only motivated, and it's something I'm trying to get out of, because motivation is something that comes and goes. It's not always there, and sometimes you just need to tell yourself that you're supposed to do something even when you're not motivated. And that's something I've been trying to get myself into for the past few weeks. That's why I've been posting and disappearing, because when I first started these videos, I was highly motivated. I had a lot of ideas and so much things in my mind, but for the past few weeks I've been just like, what do I even feel like filming? What do I even feel like talking about? I've been waiting for that click, that emotion from interior, where I feel like, yes, this is what I want to talk about. And sometimes, oh my god, you don't even have that, but you have to remind yourself why you started and what exactly you want to put out. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. The first thing about motivation that you have to realize is that you're not always going to be motivated. And this is something I've been telling myself over and over again, because there are those days when you wake up, you are all your day is planned out, you have all these activities that you have to do, you have all these schedules planned, you are excited about doing them. But then there are those days that you wake up and you're like, oh my god, what am I going to do with my life? And it's fine to have those days, because we are humans and we are supposed to feel high, feel low, feel middle, and it's fine. I mean, everyone feels like that at some point, even though we see it on social media and everywhere, that people always post that they are always doing something, they're always excited about life, they're always traveling, they're always trying new things. There are those days that they don't do those things. There are those days that they just wake up and be. They don't have anything planned, they don't have places to be, they don't have people to talk to. And for them, some of them show those days, but some don't, because they obviously, it's not like everyone in social media is there to see people just lying around, people just being demotivated. No, so they only put the best parts of their days. And if you only take your idea of them based on what they post on social media, that is lying to yourself, because everyone has those days where even if you have places to be, you don't feel like being there, you don't have the motivation to be there, and you don't have the energy to do anything. So yeah, that's the first thing you have to realize, that you can't always be motivated every time. There are those days that you have no motivation. So that's the first thing. And the second thing you have to realize is that you have to find discipline. And this is another thing I'm trying to learn. Even when I don't feel like doing something, because there are those days that you're just lazy. It's not about motivation, you're just lazy, you just don't want to do anything. And those are the days I have to remind myself that you have to be disciplined. If you said you are supposed to do something, if you said you are supposed to go somewhere, go there and do what you're supposed to be doing, because as I said, you won't be motivated all the time, but you have to remember to be disciplined, and you have to teach yourself to do things even when you don't feel like doing it, because that discipline is what makes you, is what keeps you going. Motivation is what gets you started, but discipline gets you going. So you don't want to always just start things and leave them halfly, because that's another thing I'm trying to break out, because I start things with a lot of motivation, but when it gets to the middle, I'm just like, no, or that I don't feel the excitement anymore, so I give up in the halfway. And that's a habit I'm trying to break. And the next thing about motivation is that sometimes you are demotivated because you've been doing the same thing over and over again. Sometimes when you do something like the same thing over and over and over again, you get so bored. And as humans, we are constantly in the need of like inspiration, motivation, and when you do like the same thing every time, you get bored and your mind is like, oh, I'm already attuned to this like schedule. We do the same thing over and over again and you get bored. So sometimes the only way that you need to like motivate yourself and like spike up a new inspiration is by changing things up. If you like doing the same thing over and over again in the same way, change things up. Start with the last thing you always do first. Start with the middle thing. I mean, switch things up, and that might like spike up new motivation. Yeah, that's the same thing. Like when you change things up, you can even add like new inspiration in, combine it with your normal schedule. So you are trying new things, you're also like switching up your schedule, so you're not doing the same boring schedule over and over again, because that makes you feel bored. And another thing is that when you only feel demotivated because you've been doing the same thing, or you feel like you're not getting the outcome or the impact that you thought you were going to get, you have to remember why you started it and why you thought of doing what you are doing, what you are currently not motivated to do. So that's another thing. In order to get motivation, you have to go back to the baseline. Why did you decide to start doing whatever you are doing, or why did you like put it in your schedule? The reason. Yeah, once you get back to the reason, you'll understand that yes, I have to do this, yes, I have to get this done because of this and that. Because when you do things without like a reason, your mind is like, nah, I'll do it next time. Nah, because as we say, you only create time for things you actually interested in and people you are actually interested in. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. The next thing you have to realize about motivation is that sometimes you have to like cheer yourself up. You don't need like 1,000 people to be like at your back saying, yeah, you're doing great. Sometimes you have to be that person, the person who's always like picking yourself up, the person who's always motivating yourself, because sometimes you might feel like no one is really seeing what you're doing, or no one is like appreciating your effort. And maybe they're seeing what you're doing and like they're actually appreciating it, but they're not telling you. Or maybe you just don't need other people to cheer you up, because no matter how much other people cheer you up, if you yourself don't see the impact, or you're not like proud of what you're doing, you won't really care about how other people are like congratulating you and all that. Sometimes you just need to cheer yourself up and motivate yourself, because if you don't like whatever you are doing, it won't matter. So you have to love what you're doing, and you have to like have a strong why in what you're doing. So that's it for this video, guys, and I hope after this I'll be motivated to do more videos like constantly. But I hope you got something from this video, because as I talked, it was helping me to actually have other ideas. So guys, thank you for listening to me, and thank you for being patient for all those weeks up and down. And if you got anything from this video, you're not always going to be motivated, but always remember why you started and the reason on why you wanted to do whatever you're doing. Until next time in my next video, obviously, or maybe soon. Bye guys.